Happy Friday. Hey everyone, welcome. Oh my gosh, here we go. Jackie's like, hey, let's go. All right, so we're on day 5 of the Money Attraction Challenge. It is day 5. I'm not going to language that any other day. And as you can see, I wanted to celebrate. I wanted us to celebrate. So I got all dressed up. I'm wearing my absolute favorite necklace of all and my of course my abundance ring, I call it, because I feel like today's a party and I want to party. And I'm looking down at myself and not at you guys. Hello! Oh my gosh. Hi, everyone. Hello, 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 Sonia, Sue, Tiffany. Tiffany, my girl, Tiffany is like, let's go. She's on it. Oh my gosh. Welcome, everyone. It is day 5. We absolutely got here. There's so many of you that have just been incredible this week. And it is day 5, and we are going to celebrate. But as I'm waiting for people to join, just so you know where we're going today, one, we're going to talk about dreaming bigger financial dreams. You'll remember I talked about this special message with the jar. And so many of you have been asking, all right, I see all these incredible people's lives that you've changed. How do you do it? What is your magic? And so I'm going to be sharing that today. So stay here, listen in. Happy Friday. Oh my gosh, celebration. That's right. So let's celebrate, because you know what? I've done so many challenges. I can't even tell you. So many challenges. And what I love is that there's still so many of you here on day 5 engaging. You've engaged all week. You've been posting and commenting and writing your evidence. And I just want us to take a moment and celebrate us. We've been in this little vortex container for 5 whole days. You have absolutely played full out, and I love that. So congrats to everyone. Let's just spend the next, 45 minutes or so in high celebration energy. Now, one of the things I want to tell you about in our family is on Fridays, we have this thing called Financially Free Friday. So in our programs, we literally give people permission to act as if you already have all the money in the world. And what would you be doing on a Friday? You probably would not want to work. You want to start the weekend early, right? So I want you guys, as we're waiting for everyone to jump on and join, can you start typing, imagine it is Financially Free Friday. You already have all the money that you desire. What would you be doing today? What would you be doing? And here's what happens. When you start actually making yourself do that, the universe responds and gives you a lifestyle that allows you to do it every week. So literally, we've given people permission to not work on Friday, to go do spa day, to go have lunch with the girls. So many things that you're like, when I'm rich, when I'm financially free, I'm going to do that. And then if you stop for a moment and think about it, a lot of those things you could do right now. And that's the idea of what we've been doing this whole week, right? How can we be in that vibration today, whether we have the financial freedom, whatever your perception of financial freedom is? Because let's face it, you probably could go get a massage for $50. You don't need to have $1 million in the bank. But in your mind, you're like, oh, I'm not doing that. I'm not taking that time to do that till I have financial freedom, when you very well could start right now. So I want to see, oh my gosh, packing my bags, going to Texas. Diane says BFF spa day. Mwah. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I'm packing to catch a flight to the Maldives. Crystal, you're my girl. I like that. Jet setting to Paris with my BFF. See, that's how we roll. That is how we play. So what I want to, I got things going off everywhere. What I want to jump into today as we get started is just for you to recap this last 5 days. What have we been experiencing? What's been going on? So we've been talking a lot about money and deservingness. On day 1, we recognize that the source of some of our deservingness stuff, I'm not going to use the word issues, may have been from the people that we loved the most when we were growing up. And that's a big aha. The second one was, can abundance be easy? Do we really believe we deserve for it to be easy? And then on day 3, we talked about the self-talk. We had Jackie, you'll remember. So we talked about self-talk and what's going on in here and how it plays out in your bank balance. And then yesterday, we really spent some time looking at, does my bank balance match what I say I deserve? and how to create a prosperity plan and start to have more fun with money because that's what you deserve, right? And today we're talking about dreaming a bigger financial dream. So I have a question for you. Number one, has this been fun? I see that we have a large number of you watching live now. So has the last 5 days been fun for you? If it has, I would love to know by you typing yes. Let me know if you've had fun spending so much money every day. And then let's talk about, yay, Sonia. Sonia says yes. So let's talk about now. Absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. See, that's what I like. That gives me energy, knowing that you guys have been having fun. I'm all about fun. I am all about fun. So knowing that you guys have been having fun with me, that's incredible. Mwah! I love it. All right, so now let's talk about $11 million. How was that? $11 million to buy, not your dream home, but a vacation home. Do you realize the subtlety that was present there? Because if you're spending $11 million on a vacation home, imagine what your real home looks like that you live at, right? If your vacation home is $11 million. So did you guys, like, how was that? I have just been enjoying seeing some of the stuff today, and I can't wait to get back and see even more of what you guys are spending it on. And, you know, personally, me, I'd be buying like maybe 3 or 4 vacation homes so I could have ones in different parts of the world for different seasons. I would just be having a ball. But what I want you to be getting at, it's just like Financially Free Friday, right? It's to get you in the energy and the vibration of that much money. And what would you do with it? So now let me ask you, I want you to go back to last week, 2 weeks ago even, before you started this challenge, before you came across it. I want you to remember who you were 2 weeks ago. And I want you to answer this question for me, and you're going to type a number. Every single person watching, I want you to type a number in response to this. Tanya, you got to join us. That's so awesome. My namesake, Tanya Powell. All right, so here we go. So bringing yourself back to 2 weeks ago, and think about this for a moment. Using a rating system of 1 to 10. 1 is 2 weeks ago, my dominant thoughts about money, and when I was dreaming about the possibilities of my life financially, all I could get to was, I'm dreaming about just enough to pay my bills and feel okay. That's a 1. That's a 1. No, I'm not going any lower than that. That is a 1. A 10 is 2 weeks ago, I was dreaming about $11 million vacation homes because that's something I do all the time. So, you know, go back to 2 weeks ago, and I want you to just become aware of, how were you thinking? How big were you dreaming? You know, look at your regular life and your dominant thoughts in the past and be honest, please. Don't post a 10 if you're not a 10. Just be honest. Let's follow me here while we go through this and tell me, where were you? I see a lot of 1s. I see a lot of 1s. Thank you for being honest, because awareness is 80% of the solution. Right? So I love that you guys are feeling safe and willing to be honest. And so, oh my gosh, I love all the numbers. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your willingness to, just like, we're a family here, right? So we just, I mean, we really are committed to being honest. Now, having gone through these last 5 days and getting money multiplied every day and having to spend it really on just random things that you don't really need. This is all, wow, I am just dreaming about, all my bills are now paid. I have $11 million just in excess that I could buy a vacation home. I want you to tell me, in this week, have you started dreaming bigger financial dreams? Yes or no? Has this challenge done that for you? If it has, I want you to type yes. I love all the responses that are coming in. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, great. I want you to tell me, oops, sorry. If you've been dreaming bigger dreams, oh, I love it, Sonia. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Look at all those yeses everywhere. And it makes you realize, like, oh my gosh, you know, outside of this environment, I really just spend my time like, how many bills do I have to pay? How much money do I need to pay the bills? And we random put our power, like this is a superpower right here. And we're using this superpower that can create massive financial results. We're using it just for enough, just to pay our bills. That's all we spend our dominant thoughts on, thinking about how can I make, maybe even an extra 10,000, maybe, an extra whatever, just enough or a little bit more. And meanwhile, this thing is capable of $11 million for a vacation home if you are willing to use it for that. And that is what I wanted you guys to see. I love, love, love all the yeses that are coming in. All right. So imagine 5 days of this, expanding your thinking, making you dream even bigger dreams than you've ever dreamed. And now I want to ask you, pause. I'm super excited today. I'm really happy. So, you have to help me contain my energy. So imagine after 5 days, I just want you to imagine holy macaroni. I actually like to say holy macaroons. Holy macaroons. Sarah, who's watching from the UK, she absolutely loves when I say that. Holy macaroons. What would happen if I had this going on in my life for 120 days? If you're imagining the energy and the vibration of that and the expansiveness of your thoughts, all I want you to do is post a heart and let me know you have loved these 5 days, and thinking about 120 days just makes your heart swell and expand. That's what I want to see. Post some hearts. If that's really exciting to you, post some hearts. If you're like, Tasha, you're really nice, but 120 days of all that energy, I don't know if I can handle it. You won't hurt my feelings. Trust me. I know all this love and energy, it's not for everyone. So I get that. And you're not going to hurt my feelings at all. However, if 120 days of this would totally rock your world, let me know. Let me know you're dreaming of it. You're considering it. That would be really, really cool. Thank you. I see all the hearts, because you know what? It is really cool. I've been doing some calls and I tell the people on the phone, listen, oh, by the way, you guys, we have had record number of signups. We have so many people signed up to have conversations for money breakthrough sessions to figure out if we're a fit, that literally tomorrow is my birthday and I have to get on the phone. Diane was like, listen here, you're working tomorrow and you're working Sunday. I'm like, okay, all right. But I'm really happy because I'm going to get to talk to some of you on my birthday. I don't know who the lucky people will be, but you're going to get some great energy on my birthday if you get me on the phone tomorrow. So record numbers, it's been incredible. And one of the things, that I say to people is, all right, so make sure you really like me, because you're going to have me in your life every day for 120 days. I'm just saying that's a lot of love. Hope you can handle it, because I'm ready to pour it on you. All right, so now I want to talk about this message about deservingness, right? The entire week has been, how do I become deserving? Because today we're talking about dreaming financial dreams. And one of the things that I want you to recognize is, like yesterday when we said, look at your bank balance. Does it reflect what you have been saying you believe you deserve? So I want to show you this absolutely mind-blowing concept. I want you to think about what you think you deserve, right? And if I were to stop you on the street last week, or even some of you still this week are saying, and I want you to get this before I explain to you the steps for becoming deserving. And can we agree, I'm going to say it again, can we agree we get in life what we believe we deserve, not what we wish for? Now, we're wishing, a lot of us are wishing for more money, an easier life, a better job, easier work situation, better business, love. We're really wishing, and that's not enough. You need to believe you deserve it. The vibration of deserving is different from worth. Worth is, let me prove that I'm worthy of it. Let me prove to the world and everyone my value. And then I'm saying I'm worth X. And now everybody outside of me says, you're right, you're worth X. I agree with you, until they don't agree with what you say you're worth. And now you're like up a creek because you're like, oh my gosh, nobody's saying, yes, I'm worth it. Deservingness just is. It just is. There is no proving needed. It is so internal to your beingness that you radiate what it is you say you deserve, you know? And so that's why this entire week you've been wondering, well, how do I become deserving? And I want to show you why I haven't told you how you become deserving until today. So first I want you to think, this is a jar, right? You're inside this jar. This is you inside the jar, and you've been walking around and saying, I deserve a lot. I deserve to be a millionaire. How many of us say that? I deserve to be a millionaire. I deserve financial freedom. I deserve an easy and relaxed life. I deserve an amazing relationship. And you walk around and you're saying that, and in your conscious mind you're saying it. And if you see a Facebook little fun meme, oh, you jump right onto there, you like it, and you're like, yes, I deserve. Here's the thing. When you are in the jar, you cannot see the label. So I want you to imagine you're in this jar, and in this jar, right, what you think you deserve is guacamole. Let's just say guacamole is to be a millionaire, a bazillionaire. You're in the jar, you can't see what the label says, but you're like, I'm guacamole. I deserve $1 million. I deserve an amazing life. But here's what the jar says. Limited deservingness. While you're inside saying all this stuff, you're not seeing what's on the outside of the jar. And on the outside of the jar, it is saying ranch dressing. Meanwhile, you're inside, you are so convinced that you are deserving and you're guacamole up the wazoo. But you can't really see what you believe you deserve. You can't see the contents. You can't see what it says out here that the contents of this jar is. And that is why I've spent this entire week really trying to open you guys up to just stopping and saying, I might not really believe what I'm saying I deserve, right? And how can you know what you believe you deserve? My friends, it is easy. Look at the results of your life. Look at what's in the jar with you. What does it say out here is in the jar? And then here's the other part. Then you put a lid on it. So many of us, oh, I believe, but you're only believing, right, up to a limit. Remember Lamont a few days ago said, wow, I thought it was like thebomb.com writing a check for $30,000. I thought that was incredible. I thought I was deserving a lot. And then he realized, man, even as I'm thinking I deserve a lot, I got a lid on what I'm saying I deserve. And so step number one in becoming deserving is this. You have to be willing to accept that you may not. I'm not going to tell you. You have to decide. You may not really believe what you say you deserve. You may not really believe it. And the quick and easy way to figure out is to just look at your life results in the areas that you're saying you deserve all these things, right? Is that break the jar? I love it. Is that you get it, right? So that's why I still feel like I don't think I'm a 10 out of 10 in getting you guys to get this, but 75% of how you become deserving is the biggest part of it is you have to be willing to be humble and acknowledge, you know what? I've been talking a good talk, but my outside of my jar is saying the contents of my life is limited deservingness. And not only that, but I have a lid on top of how much I can experience abundance, wealth, love, joy, ease in my life. If you guys get that, give me some likes, write some stuff. Let me know how I'm busting the jar. I love it, right? So step number one is acceptance. Step number two is you have to be willing to excavate. Where did this come from? How did I come to this conclusion about myself? And we talked about that a little bit on day one. There's so much work to be done there. Because when you understand where it came from, again, we can do the work to let it go, but we have to get that. Where did this come from? Step number three is now you have to acknowledge the truth. And I know it sounds so easy. I know telling you the truth is I believe I deserve to be wealthy. And then you'll get an opportunity and you'll sabotage it, you'll procrastinate, you'll do all this stuff. And it will really show you that this process of owning the truth of what you deserve is not quite like a one and done, you know, but it is step number three is knowing you were created to deserve the best, and life has separated you from that truth, and you have to get back to owning it. And it's not a one and done, my friends. It's not. If it were, we would have done this all when we were 15 and lived the rest of our lives happily. And the last part is why I choose the word deservingness instead of deservedness is I have recognized that this is ongoing. It's not I became deserving and then like, oh yeah, I'm now, you know, I practice deservedness. This is constant. Yesterday, I was telling someone on the phone that I found myself trying to empty the little primer thing for my makeup from Arbonne that was done, and I'm trying to empty the last little bit while I have 2 full bottles in the drawer. And I'm like, Tasha, here you go. With this whole little thing, you got to get the last little bit. You deserve to throw it out when when you have to be doing that, Tasha. It's too much. Get to the new one. But I'm constantly on the lookout for how like this little deservingness thing keeps popping up, right? So it is ongoing. It's a practice. It's a way of living. And so what I want you to hear right now, what I want you to be hearing from me is just part one for today. That was my intention. This entire challenge was really to get you to see I have to be willing to do the 75% and acknowledge that I might not be as deserving as I thought I was. One lady said to me, Tasha, I never even thought about if I was deserving. And once you said it, I was like, light bulb went off. I'm like, no wonder I'm not having the results I want. I don't believe I deserve it. Right? So this for me is life purpose work. I am starting a deservingness movement. You're going to see my entire message start to evolve and include this because I get that there's a lot to be done, you know, at the top of the ladder, but this foundation of do you deserve it? We're just going to work against ourselves, and we're going to pay a lot of money to do a lot of things, to learn a lot of things, to get a lot more know-how, and it's going to take us a lot longer to transform our lives because we are not believing we deserve it. So I want to share a story with you right now about a moment in my life where, and I've had lots of moments, like I told you yesterday with the makeup, I mean, it's ongoing. This is a way of life for me. But a few years ago, I said, I promised you yesterday I would tell you about my defining moment that led to me writing what I did in my journal, right? So a few years ago, gosh, I was going through my thing. Every day I would go to the mailbox, there would be overdraft notices, there'd be the red stamp, you know, past due, and they stamp it on the outside so the mailman knows my business. Like, is that really necessary? I don't think so. And every afternoon, so in the mornings, I would drop the kids to school with a nice happy smile. Happy mommy, bye, have a great day. The second they were out of the car, I would be sad, depressed, worried, anxious about money. I would go home, I had no job, no business, no income, and I would cry. And I would sit in fear until it was time to pick them up. When I would go, hey guys, how are you? How was school today? Happy mommy, here to pick you up. But on the way home, we would stop at my driveway where my mailbox was every day. And, you know, as soon as I turned on my road, knowing I was going to need to get the mail, my stomach went in knots. My palms started sweating. I just became anxious because every day I knew what was going to be in the mailbox. It was the evidence of all my fears. That's what was going to be in the mailbox, right? So I would get to the mailbox shaking with all the anxiety, open it and take the mail out and carry on with my rest of my afternoon being completely depressed and unavailable for my kids. But one day, as I opened that mailbox, God gave me the gift of this moment where I looked, I opened a mailbox like I did every day, but this day I glanced at the car, and in my peripheral vision, I saw my son looking at me. And you know, you ever did that thing in a moment where you did it and you haven't thought about what's going on? I looked away. As soon as I saw he was looking at me, I looked away. Know why I looked away? I did not want him to see the reflection of where I had come in life, what I had believed I deserved, so that I was getting the evidence of it in that mailbox every single day. I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. I felt horrible. But you know what really, really got me in that moment? I mean, why am I looking away from my kid? That's pretty bad. You have something to hide. You're ashamed of, right? What I realized in that moment, and the gift that it was for me, and why it defined the rest of my life, is that I said, it stops today. It ends right now. This will not be the mom my kids experience. This will not be the legacy that I leave in the world, that I suffered with deserving money. Absolutely not. And I am certainly not leaving this legacy to them. My kids will not go through what I went through over money. And that day at the mailbox, that's it, man. I stomped my foot. I marked my line in the sand. I was done. Time for change. Time for change. And I share that story with you because in this moment, you are also in a moment where you get to define what happens next. And I want to invite you. You've all been asking me, how do you get the results that you get for your clients? I want to invite you right now to listen to what I have to say about the how we do it. I want you to listen to this process. But I want to tell you that this is an invitation, and that's all it is. You ever get an invitation in the mail to a party and you're like, oh my gosh, that looks great. It's perfect. Looks just like my kind of thing. I want to go. Some of you are going to say that. You already knew on day one you want to work with me and Diane. You know I am the person you've been praying for. This is the group and the family. You've been looking for something, and this is it. You knew that. Some of you have been waiting to see the invitation in the mail, and right now you get to go, not sure if this party is for me. And I want you to know that is okay. I am totally fine with that. I said, when I stood up to do this work, this is what I said. Thank you for changing my life, God. Thank you for showing me how. And I'm willing to show other people how to do it too. Just bring those people to me. That's all I ask, right? So right now I'm going to talk to the people who you have already known this entire week that you want to come to this party. And here's how I want you to identify yourselves. 3 ways. Number 1, the energy of this week has been addictive for you. You were like, oh my God, this is my people. The fun, the love, the momentum, the excitement every day, the expectancy of looking for money, the joy and the euphoria of this vortex energy. You're like, I'm all about it. That's me, has my name on it. That's you. Number 2, we've been talking about easy and relaxed. And you're like, what is that? Oh my God, that sounds so cool. I want that. You heard Jackie, you heard Lynn, you heard all these, all these other, and Carla, all these other people, Teresa, talk about manifesting money and changing their lives and having Financially Free Friday, having fun. And it's easy and relaxed. And you're like, that's me. And then the last thing about this invitation, and if it's right for you, is this. Those are my only 3 conditions. I'm looking for people who fit this 3 things. You have a burning desire. Let me say that again. You have a burning desire to change your life in such a way that the person watching this live in this moment, 120 days from now, you will not exist. You have to be willing to die to the person that you are today to create that new person. And not everybody is that courageous. Right? Some people have the vision of what that could look like to finally become what they've been dreaming of, and they're going to go for it. And some of you are like, I'm scared, I don't know. But I want the people who want to get on the other side. That's who this invitation is for. And then how do we, what's included in this 120 days? What do you do? I mean, be very high level, because at the end of this, you're going to get a link that will have you reading for 4 days. There's so much information about all the details of the program, but just hear me out high level. Number 1, the thing that you need to do is to change the way you think. In the first 30 days of this 120 days, I'm going to take you through a process that I called mind makeover, because you already know the way I've been thinking about what I deserve has gotten me these results. Tasha, I need your help to make over the way I think. Step number 2, we have what we call an easy to follow system where every single day, just like you've been having fun here, just think about that continuing, just like this. It's easy to follow. And why that's important to you is it means you will do it. How many times have you signed up for something and you don't complete it? Our completion rate is 98%. 120 days, people stay engaged, 98% of them, because it's easy to follow, we hold you accountable, and we give you a support system. And then one of the things that I'm really passionate about is that when I talk to people, what they loved about this is they were like, oh my God, you know what, Tasha? There's nobody in my life where I can go talk about my dreams like this. There's nobody, no support for me. I'm supporting everybody in my life. I am the one supporting everybody. Where's the support for me? And we all need that. And one of the secret sauce to what Diane and I have done is exactly what you've experienced here in this last 5 days. We create community. And all of that is amazing. But here's the last 2 pieces I want you to know that makes this magical. You get me and Diane in your life, guiding you, mentoring you, showing you your blind spots every day for 120 days. Just imagine what that would be like. That level of love, that level of guidance, that level of support, someone who is as invested in what you want to create, sometimes maybe a little bit more than you are. How many times have you joined program, you pay for it, and then whomever you signed up with is gone? Not us. This is what we're doing. 120 days, you have us. And I am big on results. The reason this program works and works so well, and we have pages and pages and documents of testimonials is, I mean, feeling good is awesome. Let me just tell you, I'm all about feeling good. But let me tell you what gets me high, naturally high, results. I want to change your life in a measurable way. So I know that's really high level. And when we get on the call and we send you the emails, you're going to see all the details of that. But here's a little special something I want you to know. For the people who you've been like, I want to know it, I want in, I want to go, I've created a 3-hour deservingness workshop. And I want to show you how legit this is. Here is my journal. You can see I did it myself. This is what I went through. I want to show you I'm the real deal. I did it, right? And I'm going to take you through this process that I followed and transformed my life. And I'm going to show it to you in this 3-hour workshop only for the people who sign up for this group, because we've never done this before. You're pretty much going to be my little babies, because this is going to become a product of its own, right? So this is going to be separate and apart from what we already do. You're also going to get Mark Allen's Core Belief Masterclass. We did a little video of that yesterday, so I know you guys saw that. And you're going to get that prosperity plan PDF that we showed you. The thing is, we are booked solid with appointments. I told you we have record numbers of sign up. And I said to Diane, my birthday is tomorrow. What can I do? What can I do? And so all of those bonuses are my birthday gift to those of you that book yourself an appointment. As long as you can get it, as long as you can book it within the next 24 hours, book an appointment within the next 24 hours. And when we get on the phone and we talk to each other, should we be a match and you say yes, the first 50 people are going to get all of those things. So you're going to get my deservingness workshop, 3 hours with me before we even start the 120 days. Because I told you that foundation is key. You're going to get the Mark Allen Masterclass, and you're going to get that beautiful PDF to hang up in your office. But you have to book your appointment. So how do you do that? Moneyandprofitmastery.com is the website. Moneyandprofitmastery.com. Can you put that up for me, Lamont, so everyone can see that? Moneyandprofitmastery.com. Now, when you go, you're going to see the calendars full. I've asked Diane, I literally asked her this morning, can we open some more spots? Because you know, we've gotten till today for me to tell you about the program, and we're already booked. So I wanted those of you that haven't had a chance and you've been waiting to kind of see if this party is for you, you know, to still have a chance to talk to us. But we are ending our conversations on Tuesday. So we are already booked through Sunday, I believe. So you want to go in the next 24 hours, make an appointment. That's what's going to qualify you. First qualification, you did it in the next 24 hours. And that you have it done. And when we get on the phone and should you say yes, and we're like going to be happily together for the next 120 days, the first 50 people, make sure you ask us if you're in the first 50, because you're going to be counted towards getting all of those bonuses. All right. I'm so excited to love on you more than anything else. I'm going to change your life. You're not going to recognize yourself anymore, but I'm going to get to just have you in our presence, and that's going to be incredible. So that's how we do it. Very high level. Remember, you're going to get emails. Look for the emails, look for the links. Go to that website. It has all the details you could possibly want. Me, I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm an energy person. I wouldn't even need the website. I would have been decided since Monday. That's just how I work, and it works for me. I trust my intuition. I trust my gut. I know when I've been guided to something, when I've been dreaming and asking and looking for something, and then it shows up, I'm like, done. Just show me where to sign the paper. I'm done. So if you're like me, then we're two peas in a pod. But some people need more information, and that's where you'll find it. All right, Money and Profit Mastery. Okay, I actually have another story. It's going to be this dress, but I'm going to save that for last, because right now I want to share with you an incredible person, Shane. Can we bring Shane on? There she is. So Shane, I saved Shane for last because this is incredible. First of all, where are you right now, Shane?
I'm in Greece. I'm on the island of Crete in Greece right now.
She's in Crete on the island of Greece. She was like, I'm in the tropics. I'm dressed, tropical climate. I'm like, just be quiet. So last time I did the challenge, we were done with the challenge, I think, or in the middle of it. And out of nowhere, Shane sent me a video. And I opened my email and I looked at this video and my mouth fell. Because Shane took this challenge that you're all in. How long ago was that? Maybe a year and a half or so ago?
I think it's coming up to 2 years, I think now.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm minding my own business in my backyard. I get this email. I open it up. I watch the video and I was like, oh my gosh. Wow. Talk about having your life and business dreams come true. That's what's happened. She did the challenge. She joined the program. You always hear me say she did what we say to do. And I want her to share her results. I'm going to ask you, Shane, first tell everyone what you do. And second, I want you, as you're sharing, to just emphasize, because I know so many people are like, oh, I know this stuff. I watch all the YouTube videos. I'm an Abraham Hicks fan. I wake up every morning and do that. I read all the books. I'm into law of attraction. I got this, right? Tell us, like, from your perspective, because that was you, what was different as you went through this experience and the results that you got?
Well, like you say, I am still an Abraham Hicks fan. I was doing all the videos and all that kind of stuff, but I wasn't able to connect it. Like something was missing for me, and I just really didn't know what it was. I didn't know how to shift myself into that. I thought I had the mindset, but the results weren't showing up. And then I came across your program, and I don't even at this point remember how that happened, but I'm just like, and I believe, like you, in divine intervention and, things when you need them showing up right away. And so I saw it. I'm like, I need to do this. I didn't have the money for it at the time. I was living
So you thought, right? So you thought.
Yes. Yes. Yep. And I was living, in a place that was not fostering my money needs, right? Like I was living with my parents at the time, who contributed to my lack, my mindset of lack. And so I really felt that it was a challenge for me. If I could shift myself in that environment, then that would be proof that this really works, right? So yeah, I just did the program. I immersed myself in the program, and it was just really that, just being so involved with you and Diane and everybody in the group, and just, the reinforcement that I was getting from everybody else that I wasn't getting in my physical space was really what kind of pushed me through and really made me believe that I could achieve what I wanted to achieve. And I mean, I was working at the time I was doing what I do now, on a much smaller scale financially speaking,
Yes.
shall we say, because now I make about 8 times what I was making a year and a half ago. So, and that's,
God,
I mean,
you hear
obviously
that? Eight
eight
times
times.
her income. Think
Yeah.
about that. Eight
Hourly, yes.
times her income.
Yeah.
I know a couple of people that have worked with her, and when they told me what she charged, I was like, damn, that's more than my program.
Yeah. That
So
is all your program.
yeah, she took
Yeah.
my program and then she charges more than what I charge. But you know what she does is amazing. And at the end, I'll have her tell you. So, you know, Shane, like going from I'm watching, I'm reading, I'm doing all that stuff, but it's not like I'm getting it. It makes sense logically that it can work. But now you're in with Diane and I, and we're like, this is what I want to emphasize to everyone. The magic happens when you know the how. The magic happens when you know the how and you are supported in how to apply it, how to practice it, how to implement it. So you 8 times your income. What else? What were some of your dreams? Like your
Well,
life?
I mean, to work and travel, obviously, and
Travel all
I've
over the
been
world.
doing that. I've been doing that ever since, really, and I
Yep.
haven't stopped kind of moving around. I mean, obviously stuck, in London, I guess, for a few months with all the travel restrictions and that sort of thing that's been happening in the world. But yeah, I mean, and I met my soulmate, which was also amazing that I was
I'm just saying, you sign
manifesting.
up for money, you get love.
All of it, right? All of it. And
All of
now
it.
we're both here. And I mean, she's, basically had everything on my list that I actually made a list of characters and qualities and everything that I wanted in a partner, and she hits all of them and more. And what's even better is that she is the same kind of mindset around money and huge goals, and just really supportive of mine, and I'm really supportive of hers. And that's really the biggest thing for
So
me.
what I want to mirror back to you, right? You went from being in an environment where you were surrounded by those you love who were coming from
Of
lack,
course,
not really
of course.
supporting what you were dreaming of, to manifesting a partner who
Yeah.
is of like an abundance mindset. Like you have it all. You've manifested it.
Yeah. Yeah. And to be fair, like, it's not that my parents aren't supportive. It's just that
Yeah,
they
right.
don't have the vision, right? Like, they don't share the vision because that's not what they come from, and that's just not been their reality. So they just don't. I mean, and so I'm taking this as an opportunity for me to show them what's possible, right? And that's the mindset I'm approaching that with. Is it's like, I know you don't believe in these big dreams that they're going to happen, but I'm just let me show you how this is going to happen,
Right.
and it's going to blow your mind. So,
And I tell people
yeah,
all the time, like, don't worry about convincing anybody else. Let what's happening in your
yeah,
life speak for you.
yeah,
Like, don't even tell people you're doing the program. Just let what's happening in your life, let them go, what are you doing? Right? And something you said that was very important, because on day one, we talked about looking back at the source of this. And I want you guys, I don't make anybody wrong. We're not making anybody that we love, that contributed to these deservingness or lack or whatever it might be, we're not making them wrong. They're in their own story, on their journey, and that's all that is, right? We're just aware of the impact it might have had on us. Oh my gosh, Shane, thank you for being on. Tell everyone what you do before you go, because it's pretty.
I'm a myofascial release therapist, and I help people deal with their pain, their injury, their trauma, their illness, all that kind of stuff. So it really fits in well with like, I really love your new message, the money traumas and all that stuff, because it is such a big part of why we are where we are. And what I do is I deal with the physical manifestations of that. You're dealing with the mental and the emotional stuff. I deal with the physical hands-on body work that helps to release that stuff from our actual tissue, which is why some of us are pretty blocked. So yeah. So that's what I do.
If it's stuck in your physical body, right? That's the thing. Some of us are not well, and we're like, gosh, I don't get it. I think I do everything right. Why am I not well? But the trauma is stuck physically in your body, and that's what Shane does. So Shane Moore, find her, follow her, check her out. She's pretty awesome. I think she's got a webinar that she's doing or coming up. Just friend her on Facebook and you'll get everything that you need. I'm so grateful, Shane, for you being on. And oh my gosh, I've booked a session. Hey, if you've booked a session, let me know. Let me know. Let me celebrate. If you, Tanya, I can't wait to talk to you. I've booked a session. I love it. So I'm going to leave everyone at the end of this challenge with this story. You know, I love stories and I always have a story, but I'm going to leave with this story, leave you all with this story at the end of our 5-day journey. And obviously some of you are going to continue with us for 120 days. I cannot wait to get my little hands and heart on you. But to help you like really see this and get this home, and I want you to know too that that deservingness workshop I talked about, it's a process that I'm going to teach you about how to become deserving. I just gave you the steps, and just like everything else, I gave you the steps. I told you exactly what to do. You can go do it on your own, and you can do it. But I always say, why do it by myself? Why not get somebody who's done it to help me do it faster? And so that's what we're going to do in the workshop. And I'm going to teach you the process, and we'll clean this all up and be good and deserving. So a few years ago, Diane and I were on a trip. We were in Lake Tahoe, and we were a day early for an event that we were there for. And so I went into a little boutique and, just nothing to do, walking around, went into this boutique, and literally I like looked across at the racks and there was this dress and it just called to me. I walked over there, it's not TJ Maxx, so it's not like a whole bunch of dresses. It was just right there. I just moved 2 other dresses and there it was. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've been working out. I felt really good in my body. You know what I'm talking about, girls, right? And I was like, this dress is just going to be the bomb.com. Gotta have this dress. So what do we do next? We look at the price tag. I looked at the price tag and it's at $150. And I was like, absolutely not. You must be kidding me. No way. I would never pay that. Because here's my next thought. I'm pretty sure I could get this dress at Marshall's for $10. And I am not paying that much money for this dress. Well, out of the corner of my eye, and let me just show you so you know I'm telling the truth. I should have tied it, but it's like super sexy and flirty and just fun. That's my dress. And those of you that have heard this story, you know I love this story. So out of the corner of my eyes, I see Diane entering the store. And I just dropped the price tag and said, oh, no way, I would never pay that. And Diane walks in, and the second I glance at her, I get this epiphany. And I realized if Diane walks straight over to me in this moment, sees this dress and says, oh my gosh, that is so cute. Oh my God, I love that, Tasha. My very next natural thought would be, oh, I'm going to buy that for her. She's going to be so surprised when I give this to her for Christmas. If my mom walked in, if my daughter walked in, if any of my friends walked in, anybody that I love and care about walked in that moment, right after I said it wasn't worth $150 and I wouldn't buy it, I would buy it for them in a heartbeat. And I got a very valuable lesson that day about what I think I deserve. I'm in the jar and I wasn't seeing the label, because in that moment, how many of you do everything for everybody else? You have the money, you're giving it away, you're doing it, and you're not realizing the subtle how much you are practicing undeservingness. Because in that moment, I would not have said, I deserve it for myself, but anybody else that I love, they deserve it. And that is what this entire week has been about. If you don't have the financial results that you want in your life, if you don't have the love, the happiness, the ease, if easy and relaxed is not in your life, it is very simple. Look no more. You don't believe you deserve it. And if you were to get it, you're going to give it away to everybody else. That's why you self-sabotage money. That's why it comes and it goes. That's why you work so hard for it. All of that stuff. Because you just don't believe you deserve it. And I want to inspire you. I've given you the 4 steps about how to become deserving. I want to show you how to do that quickly, but I ask you at the very least, read over your notes, look at those 4 things, and let this week of your life be a time when you drew a line in the sand and you said, no more. As of this moment, I am practicing deserving the best. Because you deserve the best. You were born that way. Okay? I freaking love you guys. I have loved this week. You have been my birthday present. I cannot wait for tomorrow for those of you that I get to talk to. But Oh my gosh, it's been mind blowing to share from my heart and my wisdom and my life stories and all the fun stuff and all the people in our family that have shared their stories and testimonials with you. It has been amazing. Mwah. I love you. Those of you that are continuing, I'll see you for the next 120 days. And until next time, from my heart to yours, mwah, you deserve the best. That is the truth. Bye, everyone.